The Losi RZR. So I picked this up last weekend. Haven't been in the hobby, well I kept all my cars, but haven't been out racing. A friend of mine made a sand track, so picked this up. Was actually quite a bit of fun, but it's tippy. A little too tippy with these tires. They're a little skinny. So looking at anyone else has done for upgrades, I thought the Badlands, the radials, pick them up. So for a bit of a comparison, just a little bit over that nut, and you're there. When you turn, now that has the widest offset of the 12 mil, and you'd have to land really tight down cornering. You just barely have enough clearance, but that does make her sit out a little bit more. Had it pretty well set for sand. Had a buddy drive it on the sand on the course. Unfortunately, I didn't take any video last weekend. Hopefully this weekend we get to try it out. I'm gonna give it a little rip in the gravel here tonight. Should have did that before I started changing the tires over. It is a fun little buggy. Don't know, you'd have to bash with a bunch of them. It doesn't really sit with the other 1/10. The other thing I changed came with the Spectrum heat sink, which is good. They threw in the heat sink. But last weekend I was running on 3S, and it gets hot down in here, especially when it's 30 degrees in the sun. Of course, we're in Canada, so that's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So it was a little warm, so I put in a fan. I had off a cheaper Chinese motor. See if that keeps things cooled down a little bit more. So I'll show you a little bit more when I get the other two tires on. Well, comparison wise, just a tad bit taller, but I think that's going to give us the offset to get rid of that awkward tippiness, especially cornering fast with other 1/10. So on with the work. So the first runabout, and we got the Losi RZR, and we installed the MX28 HP 2.8s with the longer 12 mil. And see if she's not so tippy. Running this on 50% power and 3S. Oh yeah, she would have tipped way over there. Try 75%. It's a little swirly. She's got power. Ooh. And I got the steering weight. Turned up the steering weight. Oh, ooh. Grass is long. Ooh, those tires. No trouble turning, unless you were to come down really hard. Your wheels crank, which I try not to, because that usually ends up in trouble. Yeah. What can I say? Oh, I think those are just gonna be dandy. Losi RZR with the Pro line. What the hell are these? Badlands and the radials. I think they're gonna rip. Alright, give this a go with the body on it. %50 again. I would have been walking because he would have been. Those tires definitely made that. Look at that, 75%. This is actually, should be able to bash now with my other friends and take on the tracks. This on the sand track and the curves. A lot easier. If you still did it with the original tires, you could keep up. We had to be awful careful in the corners and the throttle. One thing that would have been really nice, Losi would have made this a tip-up body, the same as the DB and the DB Pro. Fabulous cars for racing, not so good for bashing. So that's my take. Those are really good tires. For this little buggy. So once again, the Badlands 2.8s with the long hex extensions. Oh yeah, I got the steering right turned. That's a room that makes it a little wider stamp. Turn that down. Yeah, fun little buggy. I think those are going to make it 10 times more fun. Anybody can pretty much drive it. We'll try her out on the weekend on the sand track and see what. It even makes it look pretty. More girly razor. Makes it look a little beefier, like a real truck. It's no cheap Chinese. For upgrades, I would start with tires, and I would recommend these so far, but I just ran the one battery. We'll see this weekend what she does on the sand, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fucking fantastic. Thanks.